Debate is a formal discussion on a particular topic in a public meeting or legislative assembly in which opposing arguments are put forward. It's a process that involves formal discussion on a particular topic. Occurs in public meetings, academic institutions, and legislative meetings. Types of debate. Number 1, Lincoln-Douglas. It's a kind of debate where there is only one speaker in the side of the affirmative as well as in the side of the affirmative side opens the debate then followed by the negative speaker. Number 2, rebuttal debate. It's a kind of debate where each team from the affirmative and the negative side is composed of about 2 or 3 members. Number 3, Oregon-Oxford debate. Traditional debate formats used in elementary, governor's debate, house debate rules, parliamentary debate rules, high school debate, presidential debate, colleges, and all over the country. There are 2 sides. Affirmative proves the validity of the issue or the topic. Negative disapproves it. Number 4, parliamentary debate, referred as party, is an academic debate event. Many university-level institutions in English-speaking nations sponsor parliamentary debate teams. Introduction to the Asian parliamentary format. Here are the things you will need to learn about the Asian parliamentary debate format. Number 1, general introduction to the format. General features of the format, namely the themes and speaking order, timing, points of information, and reply speeches. Number 2, roles of the speakers. The first speaker or the Prime Minister. The 3 main responsibilities to define and set up the debate, to present the team position and case, and to make 1 or 2 arguments. Roles of the speakers. The first speaker in opposition or the leader of opposition. This speaker should respond to the definition and set up, present the opposition case and opposition, rebut the PM case, and make 1 or 2 arguments. Number 4, roles of speaker. The second speaker in both team or the deputies. Deputy speakers must defend the team case, attack the case of their opponents, and make 1 or 2 arguments. Number 5, roles of speakers. The third speakers in both teams or the whips. Whip speakers should briefly summarize the team's case, summarize and prioritize the most important issues in the debate, and then rebut and analyze those issues. Number 6, roles of the speakers, the final speakers, or the replies. Replies tell what the debate is about, summarize the position of both teams, and then compare those positions and tell you why their teams win. Debate etiquette. The debater should not offer emotional appeals. He or she should concentrate on the evidence. The debater should never falsify, create, or distort evidence. The debater should never publicly disagree with the decision of the judge or the audience. Winners need to be congratulated by the opposition. Debaters should not insult, offend, or disrespect other debaters and or judges in any way. Do not speak out of turn or interrupt an opponent. Debaters should avoid swaying, shuffling, and pacing. Debate tips. Number 1, avoid the use of never. Number 2, avoid the use of always. Number 3, refrain from saying you are wrong. Number 4, you can say your idea is mistaken. Number 5, don't disagree with obvious truths. Number 6, attack the idea, not the person. Number 7, avoid exaggeration. Number 8, the use of often or generally allows for exceptions. Number 9, if it is just an opinion, admit it. Number 10, do not present opinion as fact. Number 11, smile when disagreeing. Number 12, stress the positive. Number 13, avoid the bickering, quarreling, and wrangling. Number 14, watch your tone of voice. Number 15, keep your perspective. You're just debating. Debate structure. Affirmative. Argues the resolution. Tries to prove it correct. Murder is acceptable. Negative. Argues against the resolution. Tries to prove it incorrect. Murder is not acceptable. Constructive phase. Each side will have 2 chances to construct their arguments. Cross-examination. Each side will have a chance to question the other side after each constructive argument has been made. Rebuttal phase. Each side will have 2 chances to rebut the statement made by the other side and clear up any confusion surrounding their own argument. 2 teams, each team selects 4 speakers. Constructive number 1, constructive number 2, rebuttal number 1, and rebuttal number 2. Panel discussion. It is a discussion in which few persons carry on conversation in front of the audience. At the end of the discussion, audience also participates. The audience put important questions and the experts answer them and clarify the points. Purpose of panel discussion is to reproduce the features of a small discussion group for the benefit of a larger group. Objectives of panel discussion. Number 1, to provide information and new facts. Number 2, to analyze a problem from different angles. Number 3, to identify the values. Number 4, to organize the mental recreation. Types of panel discussion. Public panel discussion and educational panel discussion. Public panel discussion is to provide factual information regarding current problems to determine social values. Number 2, educational panel discussion used in educational institutions to prove factual and conceptual knowledge and clarification of certain theories and principles. Types of members in panel discussion. Number 1, instructor. Number 2, moderator. Number 3, panelist. And number 4, audience. Instructor. Play most important role in panel discussion. Plans how, where, when panel discussion will be organized. Prepares the schedule of panel discussion. Sometimes rehearsal is also planned. Moderator keeps the discussion on the team and encourages interaction among members. Summarizes and highlights the points should have mastery on the theme or problem of the discussion. Panelists. There are 4 to 10 panelists in the discussion. Members sit in a semicircle shape in front of the audience. The moderator sits in the middle of the panelists. All panelists must have mastery of the subject matter. Audience. Audience are allowed to put questions and seek clarification. They can present their point of view and their experiences regarding the theme. The panelist answers. In some situations, moderator also tries to answer the question. At the end of the discussions, moderator summarizes the discussions and presents his or her point of view. He expresses thanks to panelists and audience. Steps to running a successful panel discussion. Number 1, keep the panel small and focused. Number 2, get to know your panel members. Number 3, plan the questions ahead of time. Number 4, meet and greet the day or night of the event. Number 5, open with a brief reference to the topic being discussed. Number 6, introduce the panel members. Number 7, keep the focus on the panel, not on you. Number 8, prepare your cut-off phrases ahead of time. Number 9, have microphones in the audience for the question and answer session. Number 10, give a gracious thank you to each panel member.
hey, hey.